Yeah. Now, good morning once again. We'll start with an first IoT class of the fifth semester, that is a unit one. In this particular unit, we are going to discuss how from an M2M machines you can move towards IoT and what actually the IoT is and how an IoT basic architecture will be there and what are the applications of an IoT. And first we'll learn afterwards what is actually the M2M machine. So from M2M machine, why the need arises to go towards an IoT, and then how that particular IoT machines will place in a market, and what is the technology trends will be used in that particular concept. We are going to discuss, and later on we'll come to the things like this, how a capabilities is needed, and how the changing over from one the existing system to another existing system, many things are needed. So we'll discuss one by one what are the technology trends needed and what is the capability of that particular technology trends, and all these things we are going to discuss. Now, coming to the PPT of this particular first unit, yeah, we'll start. Shade this. Yes, shade. Now I go what? Yes, yes. Now, Internet of Things. The first unit is M2M2 IoT. Now, what is the goal of this particular unit? Means lecture of this particular unit. The lecture intends to introduce the key concepts behind an M2M first and Internet of Things. What are the key concepts? How it will be and all. Then we'll see how we can move from M2M towards IoT. Now, what is the outline of what are the topics which we are going to cover in this particular unit? What is IoT? IoT architecture, typical M2M solution overview. We'll see how an M2M will be there. Then key application areas of that particular M2M. Then M2M towards IoT, and then case study we are going to discuss in this particular unit. Now, coming to the first, what you should know this, what is IoT and how today, according to the analysis of an Cisco company, how we are going to connect it to the devices in an era of years. That is, from 2003, you can see how we are going to connect it when I give a scale of 10 to you in a 2003, just 0.08 that devices we are going to connect it. When I told in the last class that 5 years, 10 years back, when I passed my MCA 2003, which mobile I have taken, Nokia, that box type mobile that I told you. So very less we have connected in that particular things. Coming to next 2010, you can see the increase, that is 1.84. It has been increased, and later on 2015, just in a span of you can see the 5 years, 3.47 it has been increased, and today 2020 it's gone up to 6.58. Now we will tell this is the starting era of IoT, and you can imagine the next 5 years. So how it will be in a market. So this is a very important survey which has been done by Cisco company. Why? Because they are the leading company who are connecting a different telecom companies. They are clients for them, and they are connected everywhere with their routers and switches. So this one thing first we have to keep in our mind. Coming to next, the internet is a worldwide network of interconnected computer networks based on a standard communication protocol. Yeah, this we know already. Why? Because we are already addicted to an internet here, and without an internet, no day will be there for us today in this smartphone era, 100%. Morning itself, when we wake up, everyone, I think you will see your WhatsApp first. Somebody has put our messages or not, then you'll chat with at night. Late nights, you will be with your Facebooks and WhatsApps. That means you can imagine the usage of our internet here and how we are depending on this particular internet. Now, next, Internet of the Things. In this particular things, you can see a worldwide network of interconnected objects which are outfitted with the sensors, actuators, and RFID devices. Very simple. The first point where it's telling like this: overall worldwide network, whatever internet is there, we'll take that into the consideration. With that internet, we'll connect some of the sensors. What is the sensors? Just simple, I'll tell you. What is a sensor? Sensor is a sensible device. That's it. That is, for example, what is there in an environment, my device has to sense that and it should give me the signal, or a signal of waves should be given to me. For example, temperature. I will put a one device. That device should take a temperature and it should convert that means whatever environmental temperature into an electrical signals, and it should be sent to the reader. So this is called as an sensors. Now, plenty of sensors is there for different purpose of uses. Now, actuators. What is the actuators? I want to run one motor automatically. And that's the actuator. I want to switch on my light based on some particular condition. I want to switch on my particular fan. Just a minute. Yeah, just I want to switch on my particular fan. Then I need how to switch on the particular fan. Usually when we consider, for example, electrical bulb. When we consider electrical bulb, one switch will be there, and when we switch on that particular switch, automatically the electrical bulb will glow. For example, based on some conditions which the sensors will sense, with that the whatever the bulb is there, it should be switched on automatically. So then instead of switch there, I have to use some particular device, that is actuators. Actuators is the one which will initiate the actions. Right. Next, RFID tags, radio frequency IDs. So this based on some radio frequencies will track some particular objects. So with that particular tag, we can track that particular sense. So these are the basic devices which we are going to use on IoT. Next, these devices are uniquely addressable. Uniquely addressable, underline that particular word. Uniquely addressable means there should be an identification to that particular sensor. I quote something like that. Why? Because it's a very important that from which sensor or which actuator you have to run. In any IoT project, there is no rule like that you will use only one sensor. You will use a plenty of sensors. So in that plenty of sensors, which is a one sensor, your board should identify, means you should identify that particular thing. So that is the sense that your sensor or whatever RFID or actuators is there, it should be uniquely addressable. And use standard communication protocols in a heterogeneous networking environment, including objects of totally different functionalities, underline, technology and application fields. These words plays in a very much important role. Observe the word heterogeneous there. What is this? Using this particular devices and one standard communication protocols, that is TCP/IP, your internet. So a heterogeneous networking environment you should create. What is a heterogeneous networking environment? For example, I will tell you one particular example. For example, the automatic drip irrigation you take into the consideration. In automatic drip irrigation, when I insert a moisture sensor beneath the root of that particular plant, the sensor, what's the work of that sensor? Whenever the humidity, whenever the moisture level is very less in the particular soil, automatically it should initiate. So when how it will be initiated? It will be initiated to the board, then it should be transferred. The data should be transferred from the board to a cloud. From there, the notification will be given to a user app or on a mobile, stating like that the plant needs water. So when so pump one, pump two, pump three, these actuators, I mean pumps will be there. Through actuators you have to run. So it will tell this particular line is of plants are dry, they need a water. Then automatically pump number one in your app, like buttons will be there. So they will click that particular pump one. The water should flow in that particular line. The user will be far away, the field will be far away. So here, what is the heterogeneous concepts that you have to know this? How the communication you are going to give? What's the communication things you are going to use there? For example, I will tell you very clearly. I will keep one, sir, I will purchase one hotspot. I will take that, and then I will keep that particular, sorry, that particular device. Means you know this. What is that? Internet. This one hotspot, Airtel, like Geo, something will be there. So that device will be there. I will keep in a forum shed. And all Raspberry Pi or something Arduino I will use, and I will do sensors. I will be there in a fields, and through that I will connect to the hotspot. From a hotspot, I'll connect to the internet. Once it has been connected to the internet, the data goes to the cloud. So from there, my app, whatever is there, the app will be sorry connected to the cloud, and from the cloud, the data will be drawn. Okay, good enough. That here we are using a mobile networks. Different like that. Then, for example, if you want to go without using this mobile networks, you want to create your own network identifications, like that means Wi-Fi you can use there. How you are using in a share it or not, you can use, not an issues. If it is very near, you can put one LoRa, that is long radiation antenna you can put from, for example, I can say like this, LoRa will work until 15 kilometers based on a capacity. So you can, you will tell, sir, I don't want to use an internet. The house and the field are just in 3 or 4 kilometers far. It is there. Why always internet usage will be there for me? I'll use this method. Yeah, it's okay. You can use. So depending on this particular problem, you can use the things. So there, the heterogeneous functionality, technology, and application, all these things will play a very, very important role. Any doubt is there on this slide, you can ask me now. Any doubt is there? Any doubt is there? If connectivity is lost also, you have to initiate me. Mata draw, mamuli age. Any?
No, sir.
Any doubt?
Doubt,
No, sir.
doubt ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, sir.
If any doubt is there, you can ask me, right? Next, we'll go to the next slide. Now you can see here, building upon the revolutionary success of mobile communication, underline this word. So continuation with the previous thing, mobile communication revolutionary, this is important. We are at 4G, 4.5G. Next year, we are going for an 5G. Automatically, instead of using other things, why can't we use a mobile? So it's a good thing. So mobile communication, internet networks, the advances in a sensor. So you believe or not, how much advancement is there in a sensors? So automatically you will go to the market, you will purchase one particular sensor costing around, I can say 152, not more than 500 rupees. ಒಂದು 500 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಲ್ಲ 150 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆನ್ಸಾರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. So you can use that. Means advance of functions will be more and cost will be keep on reducing always the electronic items. You know this, the sensors, RFID, and later on now recently and nano sensors are coming and other smart technologies also there. The IoT expands the current internet with the objective of, what is the objective? Connecting the objects, the physical devices, outfitted with a sensor and RFID devices. We'll connect that. Detecting changes in the physical status of connected things in real time. Underline, this is very much important. What is going on there? Human will not be there. What is going on there at that particular situation? So my sensor will sense that and it will tells me. Then I can detect that. Identifying and localizing the smart objects. So I can identify the things there and what should be done there to smart objects I can create. Monitoring the changes in the physical status of the connected things. So the monitoring becomes very easy without human intervention. So this is very much important, Anna. Now, I'll tell you, this is a one like this. When you are creating an IoT project, these three things should be there in your IoT project. That is, always the IoT project overall theme is there in this particular slide. Coming to the first one, anytime connection. That is, you should be connected to a physical object, whatever objects are there, you should be connected anytime on the move, outdoors and indoors, night, daytime, anytime you should be connected to that particular device. For example, you take an example of that drip irrigation only, or the drip irrigation, the moisture level sensor. When the moisture will loss, anybody can expect that? No, you can't expect. Based on a temperature, based on a humidity, the moisture level will go off from a field. So how, in what time it should be done? Either a fixed time will be there for that? No. Daytime, nighttime. Then what is the work here? That means your sensor should be keep on sensing anytime. Anytime it should be keep on sensing that particular thing. So what interval you are going to give to sense that particular situation? This is very much important. That will be purely based on your project. So here what I will do, every 5 minutes I will take a readings of a sensor. It left to you. Why? Because I am telling. So every 5 minutes if I check, moisture level doesn't differs from every 5 minutes. This is my assumption. So in this particular concept, I will fix like that. So outdoors and indoors, wherever you may be there. For example, I will take a fire extinguisher. I'll make my house fire free, or fire accidents or fire extinguisher free. I'll tell you the theme of this project. I'll fix notes with sensors, means fire detector sensors will be there. I'll fix that. What is the intention here? When fire occurs, sorry, when fire occurs, assume no one will be there beside you. It is a farmhouse, or you can take an example of any hilly stations, houses where single houses will be there. Apart from 1 to 2, 3 kilometers, no houses will be there. Assume that a fire accident will occur, and everyone will be there at one particular stage inside, and no one is there to call the fire extinguisher or to call that particular 101 fire extinguisher. So then in that particular situation, until somebody who trespasses will see that particular fire accident, if they will call the fire extinguisher, until fire extinguisher comes, then what is the lives of that particular people? So this particular, and then what to do for that? See, for that type of houses, we'll make like this. We'll make some automatic, means IoT based fire extinguisher devices, detectors that we'll place in a house. Whenever a fire accident occurs, then automatically intimation will be given to the nearby police station and nearby fire extinguisher. Automatically intimation will be given with a location, longitude and a latitude, taking that into the consideration. With the location of that particular house, that intimation will be given to the hospital, nearby police station and the fire extinguisher. A alarm will be there in a fire extinguisher, automatically showing a location where no one should be there to intimate that. Then automatically they will come up to that particular, means the fire extinguisher vehicle will automatically rush to that particular spot within a span of seconds, and they will save the life. Now, in this particular example, you can see what time it should be connected. Means what time the fire detector should be connected to the node. Anytime. When fire accident will occur, who knows? So single minute if you miss, it may be a chance, right? So that is very much important. Coming to the next thing, any place connection. So any place you must be ready to analyze or take a data. On move, if I'm moving also, I should get an intimation. Outdoors, indoors, at the PC. Coming to the next, anything connection. This is very much important. Anything connection. If it is connected to human being, okay. But if it is connected to another device, yes, it's possible. Thing to thing you can connect. Device to device you can connect. For example, I told you that once a fire automatically occurs there in the fire extinguisher vehicle, the alarm should be there. Then when alarm occurs, somebody comes and sees there, then automatically a location of that particular house should be displayed with a red alarm. So that's thing to thing, it has been connected. So human to thing you can also connect it. That is mobile to a devices. I told the drip irrigation system. So mobile app, I will press pump one, automatically pump one will start. Human to human. That also you can connect to the device. Between PCs also you can connect. So your IoT project should be of these three things: anytime connection, any place connection, anything connection. This is very much important in your IoT projects. Now, knowledge management, turning data into a wisdom. This is very much important. When you are doing an IoT project, always you will handle with the raw data, raw facts. Then you are going to make a wisdom of that. For example, just checking on a temperature, your what sensors you will place, very simple for a fire detection, and also some temperature HD MT sensors you will place, that is temperature and humidity sensors you will place. Whenever you will fix like this, whenever a temperature, what is the work of that sensor? Always it will read that particular temperature. So what information you have to get there? The information is like this: when the temperature is so and so will increase. For example, when temperature will increase to 50 degrees Celsius or 40 degrees Celsius, and humidity goes behind 80, so then automatically assume that there is the state of a fire. So this is the information. What's the knowledge there you have to apply? If this is the situation, what I have to do? So means what intimations, how that reading, if it goes that reading to that particular thing. So what to do? That's a knowledge. Answers how a questions. Then understanding. So understanding will be there that yes, there is a fire accident. When temperature goes behind 45 or 50 degrees Celsius, you can get from experts that what's the fire temperature will be there. So when it goes that particular temperature, it's already understandable that a fire has been there in that nearby detectors. Then what you have to do? That's a wisdom, evaluated things. Means a alarm should be done at a fire extinguisher, and intimation should be given to the police station and a nearby hospital. So this is a wisdom. So observe here what this pyramid is telling you. So from a data, we are moving towards a sharp wisdom. The more data that is created, the better understanding and wisdom people can obtain. So how much data you are collecting, if you collect a more data, then you will get a more information. You will get a more information from that good knowledge will be there. After getting a knowledge, you can understand that particular concept clearly. After understanding, wisdom. Any problem of an IoT, you can take into the consideration. And you can do like this. So this pyramid, always you should remember. Coming to the next, the future of the IoT. This is damn important. See, I myself, when the IoT subject has given to me, for last year also I did an IoT subject, and this year also I am taking an IoT subject. Then I want to change to my students. Means I want to give some extra things in this particular IoT. And when I gone with an internet and I searched what is the future of an IoT, how it is benefiting to my children in the things and all expert talks. I have collected some 10 to 15 expert talks based on this particular IoT, and myself I did in a course, one course on this particular IoT in a Michigan University. So when I did all these particular things, I observed that entire world is back on this particular IoT. So what happens when 50 billion machines become connected and with a different fields? So this is very much important. See, industrial internet will be there. From there, you can see the real-time network planning, shipment visibility, hospitalization, intelligent medical devices, connected machines will be there for that. Smart grid, power saving smart grids will be there. Factory optimization, then logistics optimization. So all these particular concepts, you can see the brilliant rail yard you can create, or brilliant hospitals, brilliant power systems, brilliant factories. So in the next future will be on this. The sky is not the limit; it's only the beginning of the highway. So that is things which you must keep in your mind, that next when you apply for an jobs and all, definitely they will ask you that you are having a knowledge of an IoT and then data science analytics, the data analytics purely they will ask you, and then machine learning concepts. So these places plays a very much important role, and all the things are interconnected. The potential of an IoT, this you must know. What is the potential of an IoT? GE company, which have taken survey, they have did that GE estimates on potential of just 1% savings applied using IoT across global industry sectors. So if you apply an IoT, what's the savings they can save? You can say save means see the industries there, that is aviation department segment, commercial type of savings. 1% fuel savings if you do using an IoT optimization, estimated value over 15 years is 30 billion they can save. Power, especially, this is very much important in power sectors. So gas-fired generation will be there, 1% fuel savings. $66 billion you can save. Healthcare system. This is another one particular. 1% reduction in system inefficiency. Observe, underline that. 1% reduction in system inefficiency. It can save around 63 billion of dollars. Railway. So railway, you can see their reduction in system inefficiency means how you are managing a railway department, starting from an ticket reservation, waiting, starting from automating the railway bogies, automating the things of on a tracks, intimations, everything will be taken into the consideration here. If you apply IoT concepts on this particular department, almost all $27 billion you can save, especially below you can observe oil and gas. So 1% reduction in capital expenditures. So many ways automatizations is needed. So there you can save around $90 billion. Because of this, you can see connected machines and data could eliminate up to $150 million in waste across industries. Every industries are be back of this particular thing. For example, now one example I will tell you. You take off any one power generation systems you can take into the consideration. There, what's the automations is needed? then how the automation concepts is needed. For example, oil and gas, how much beneath you should go, either the bifurcation of the oil crude oil conversion system, it is up to the mark. Everything, if you make it as an automated by sensors, then it will be very useful. So this is a potentiality which is there within a technology roadmap of IoT. So you may think like this: what a technology I should learn for an IoT. So supply, you can see there. I'll go with the things. RFID tags for facilitating the routing, intervening and loss preventions. Surveillance, security, healthcare, transport will use the next step. Locating people and everyday objects, then tele-operations and tele-performance ability to monitor and control the distant objects. So for this, you can see, just I tell you, from this RFID stage to this mobile stage. So software giants and advanced sensor fusions we are going to use, and all these particular things which I'll show with this work. You can see all these particular things, whatever is there. The power efficient electronics which you are going to take, ability of devices located, where and cost reductions related, then this what applications, supply chain management, vertical market applications, ubiquitous positioning, everything is connected to the World Wide Web. So in the year-wise, if you see, we are at this particular stage. So where a tele-operation and telepresence ability to monitor and control the distinct objects now we can do using our mobiles. Now next coming eras, how it will be there, you can imagine. So this is a roadmap which where the internet of things is going on in a like this exponential stage. Now, for you, a question arises again. Um, can you help this person? Here, it's there in a French language. He needs some help from you. You have to help and you have to do. One thing, you should write in a sheet of a paper what a man needs. Are you getting everyone? So until this class completes, you have to send this to me through a mail. So now your time starts. I will give you 5 minutes of a time, right? So analyze this particular figure. You have to help that particular person based on his time. I will give you a clue here. Is hurry with his time. You want to go to his job. Time is very less. He has to do all those particular jobs. So where your IoT will come into pictures. So that you have to observe, and just in a kitchen or in a house, you have to help him. So, what is your ideas and what you have observed in through this particular picture? You have to write in a sheet of a paper with your USN and name. Just click a photo of that. You have to mail me. Getting everyone listening.
Sir,
Answer.
question ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲಿ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಫಿಗರ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕು. ಡ್ಯೂಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸ ಬೇಗ ಬೇಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯುವಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕಾಫಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಸೀದೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾತ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಪಾತ್ರೆ ತೊಳಿಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ವಿತ್ IoT to him? So this is a one, tell your ideas. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಏನಿದೆ, you tell that. You write in a sheet of a paper and you have to tell. That I will consider as attendance. Right?
Okay, sir.
I will give
Okay,
you
sir.
5 minutes time. 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಟೈಮ್. Time started already. Be quick. Now it is 10:10. So I'll wait until 10:15. From seeing this itself, you can do a project. ನೀವು ಇದ್ರ ನೋಡೇ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬೇಜಾನ್ ಇದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. Last 2 minutes more. You have to write USN and name on a sheet of paper, then you have to write this. Yeah, time up. Now, we'll go with a further slide. Now, IoT architecture. The IoT architecture, now we'll study how this particular IoT architecture will be there, and from where to where the connectivity we have to give and all. Observe this particular things here. This is very much important. There are different applications which is going on here, and you can see the applications logistics is different, structural health monitoring is different, and you can see even the agricultural control, and then disaster crisis management is there, and a police department which you can see, and then a military field. All this particular things which is there, they need help from IoTs. Now observe here where we are placing this particular sensor network. This is very much important. Either you are going to use an RFID readers based on your application, either you are going to use an sensors, or even you can use an actuators also. But you can observe here, you can same thing you are placing here in an environment only. That is either in a houses, either somewhere like this in agricultural fields, either in a building structures, either in a outfields, whatever is there. The data you are going to connect, and these will be connected to the sync nodes. This is very much important. This sync node is very much important for you. What is this sync node? A sync node is a node which will read the data from this particular sensor networks, where a understanding level will be taken into the considerations. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ರಾಸ್ಪೆರಿ ಪೈ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳೋದು ರಾಸ್ಪೆರಿ ಪೈ ಹಾರ್ಡಿನೋ ಯಾವುದೇ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, that board will come and sit in this particular place, and this again will be connected to a network, and this network generation, it will be connected, then automatically from here the internet, whatever a network connection, the data will go on to the cloud. In a cloud you can see the management of a data. This is very much important. See, USN directory services will be there, management will be there, and then context modeling and management will be there, ubiquitous web services will be there, content management will be there, spatial information management. ಏನಿದು spatial information management ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ಒಂದೊಂದಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. The spatial information management ಅಂದ್ರೆ based on geographical issues and all, ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, based on that the information will be stored here. Contents management based on information, ಏನು for example reading data ಒಂದು information ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. Master level, for example, always it will keep on reading. When master level of a sensor will goes above 750, we will think that there is a dry, no moisture is there in a soil. So that is a content here. Context modeling management, this is important. Based on that particular information, here you are going to do a modeling here. That is, based on that information, you will select a particular information. That information will be taken for a modeling. The temperature, usually temperature readings will be there. When temperature goes above 50 degrees Celsius, then that intimation is a fire intimation. So that ubiquitous web services, some information should be given to the web also. Like that, the management trends will be there here. So in depth, if we go in this particular architecture, you can see now here a sensor networking layer will be there. This is a bottom layer always, where sensor and RFID devices are launched into the environment to sense what is report sync nodes via USN bridges. This is You can use a particular bridges to connect to that particular sync nodes. A USN accessing network layer will be there next. This is the second layer where the combination of USN bridges and sync nodes are used as a host to an access network for the first mile connectivity, that is next generation network. From that particular sync nodes, you are going to connect to a network. Then USN middleware you are going to use. Here the middleware is there. See, in your Raspberry Pi, two parts will be there always. Either Arduino, Raspberry Pi, whatever things you take. That's why we'll call it as a middleware. So two parts will be there. The one part will be there to collect the information from a sensors and to take that particular readings, and another part is there to connect to the cloud and send a data to that particular cloud via internet. So this two things is there. That's why we call it as a middleware. So that is very much important here. So once it's gone there, then applications. So where different applications are used to perform a task related to the logistics. Examples: structural health monitoring, agricultural control, disaster surveillance, and military field surveillance and other things. Now, what is the applications which you can come across this IoT? Many. See, almost all fields need this particular IoT applications. That is, the one thing is consumer electronics. This is a consumer electronics. See, ಇಲ್ಲಿ projects ಬರುತ್ತೆ. You can think everyone observe here. Here you can list out your projects also. I told you Friday you have to give the list. Just one slide will help you to select your project. And you can see now here consumer electronics, how it is going to help you. Connected gadgets and variables, robotics, participatory sensing. This is very much important. Social web of things. So these two things you can see, and connected gadgets also will make you a good project. What is this participatory sensing? I'll tell you like this. What's the participatory sensing? One example I'll give you. Assume that today the air pollution is a very important disaster which we are facing. Today we are facing that. Assume as a trespassers you will be there, a number of you will be there. You will observe that one vehicle is emitting more carbon dioxide from the vehicle, or you can see one factory it's also emitting more carbon monoxide or something like that, as more smoke is coming out from that particular factories. Also you want to, as a trespassers responsibility citizens, you want to intimate that, means you have to give the information to concerned persons. Just it's a participatory sensing. What is this participatory sensing? In our mobile, we'll create one particular app, and in our mobile we'll have one sensor which will detect a carbon level in that particular smoke. Whenever the carbon level is more, then automatically a red alert will come in that particular app. When you press a button with that particular picture of that particular vehicle or some object, picture will be taken with that location, getting a longitude and latitude, getting a location, it will be transferred to the server. Assume that it will be transferred to the pollution control board. Then they will come and they will take action on that particular vehicle or that particular factory or that particular any object which is emitting more smoke. This is a participatory sensing where several members will participate and several devices will participate and they are going to do the things. Automotive transport, coming to gadgets, coming back to the gadgets also. You know this today, gadgets is also there today. How many steps you have walked and what is your pulse rate and how much sleep, whether good sleep or not, already it is there. So if you want to connect that to a cloud and you analyze, you will predict a number of persons. For example, I'll tell you in BMSIT, number of the faculties or workers who are walking, means how much they are doing, burning their calories, or how much steps they are doing, and all productions you can give, make them to go for a good health. Like that you can use, means different things you can go with that particular thing. Next, automotive transport system. So automotive transport system, autonomous vehicles will be there, and multi-modal transports will be there. Very simple. Intimations will be given to a user. Today it is there much. You can see a car advertisement now, Carnival, Sakia, and that. So what is that? Sonnet or Sonata something. Car is there. ಯಾವ car ಅದು? ಯಾವ car
Sonnet too.
ಹೊಸದು? Anybody?
Sonnet. Sonnet.
Sonnet, correct alva? You can see the advertisement there. If foxes, when fox will come, automatically from his watch, he will run that particular vehicle, switch on the engine, correct alva? Start ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So like that, devices came today. Why can't the common cars can have that? So like that you can do. So retail banking, for that also micro payments, retail logistics payments, like that you can use. Environmental main projects ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಳ್ಳೆ place ಅಂದ್ರೆ environmental. That is pollution, air, water, soil, weather, climate, noise, even noise. Noise is also important. Noise. So analyzing all these things, automating of all these things is very much important. Then infrastructures, buildings and homes, roads and drives. So especially automating the house. So that is also a very much important concept with the security, or automating your entire house electrical consumptions, power saving you can do. That same concept you can apply even for colleges also. The best example ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ BMSIT ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು, ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ. I will switch on the light in my chamber and I will go forgottedly. So assume that here some amount of energy is going to be waste. Out of this big campus or big blocks, how can one person can come and identify, or if you adapt also one person, these many blocks up to the fifth floor, like that he has to go and he has to search each and every point of on a light. It's highly difficult work. So why can't we make it as an automation? That is, for example, exactly at 6:30, when a person opens, a supervisor opens his app, he can see wherever the lights is switched on in a BMS IT campus, then he can switch off from there itself. It's a good project. So like that, the restroom management, even as I told you, that either today, for example, in MCA department, boys restroom cleaned or not. So how to observe this, means how we can particularly, for example, a best example I'll tell you how you can believe on a human workings. For example, a housekeeping fellow will clean all urine commodes. He will clean. Assume that some 10 are there, he will left out some 2 or 3. Anybody will be there to see that? You can't put even cameras also there. A very important concept this is. Correct, no? So then how will you come to know that? With that commode, this in MCA commode number 1 not clean. So, how will you get this? Based on a smell detectors you will adapt. So like this, many things is there to make a building out of. Not only I'm talking about on a BMSIT campus. Imagine I told Sulubha that even Andhra government is going for this particular funding. Like many problems will be there like this in a vast campuses or vast companies. So where it will become a good product also, on a good idea also, where you can go with the patents on this. Coming to next, utilities, smart grid, water management. This is very much important, especially in our hostel. This is water management is very much. You believe or not, per month we are utilizing 4 lakhs of water. That is worth of water. Can we reduce that 4 lakhs? It's not a small amount per month. It's not a small amount. So 4 into 12, almost all around 50 lakhs, half a crore of amount we are spending on water. So can we manage this water leakage, or can we manage how a student can use this particular water? For example, I'll tell one student will go open a tap and he will come. You will never, you will forgot purposefully or something like that. You will leave and come. Hey, anyway, I am paying fees. Hogle bida hero. Are you getting? So these things how you are how you can do, how you can manage. So this is very important. Not only I'm telling in the hostels, many places. For example, hotels, five-star hotels or resorts. Managing a water, it's very important. And I told that in a commode, I will sit and 10 times I will flush it. There's no need of that much. So water management has gone there. So how much waste is there? How much water is needed? So in that box of thing, how much water is needed? So how much flush is needed? Why can't you make it automated? So that is also where if you make like that type of an commodes, 100% I will tell you, the purchaser of even a house also will go to that commodes only. ನಾವು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ಬಟನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಬೇಡ ನೀವು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎದ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಫ್ಲಶ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ದ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ವಾಟರ್ ಕನ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಒಂದು ಕಮೋಡ್ ನ ಅದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸೇಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ವ ನೋಡಿ. So these things is needed. Even don't think that why sir is telling all this things. See, I'm telling like this. Many companies are there in that also. And very good Jaguar, ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ companies ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. So if you give a proposal to them like this, I think nowhere I heard about this type of commodes. ನೀವು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, and you can do waste management. That is another one very important thing. And heating and cooling, health. Coming to the health, you can see a remote monitoring how you can do, and behavioral change. This is very important. Behavioral change na ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಗ್ಯಾಜೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Behavioral change you can observe in a gadget where I told the gadgets will be there. For example, ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು, ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನೀವು ಕಂಡಿಡಿದ ಅದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡಿಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದು ಇಂಟಿಮೇಷನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. So that things. Coming to the smart cities, you know that Modi government has proposed many smart cities. Today, Barcelona, one of the well-versed smart city. If you open in a Google Barcelona city, and you can tell there, they will tell that 90% more than that the city is a smart city. If you see that smart gardens is there, and smart parking systems is there, smart buildings is there, and even smart roads is there, and smart power management is there. You observe this. Go to Google Barcelona city or Barcelona smart city. If you type there, what is the IoT technologies used in Barcelona city, it's very good. You will get still more things which you can adapt in our Bangalore city also. That is the one thing. Process industries, for industries also you can do mainly agriculture. My concentration and my working is there on this. That is forestry, crops and farming, and urban agriculture. Underline that word, urban agriculture. ಒಂದು ದಿನ ನಿಮ್ ಬಾಲ್ಕನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇ ಟೊಮೆಟೊ, ಆಲೂಗಡ್ಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ನೋ ಕಾಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ. So livestock and fisheries based on those particular things, and these things plays a very much important. So I will end up my session here today. Next we'll go with M2M, and I will tell about that also. Just 1 minute, I'll close this. Yeah, thank you very much. 52 ಜನ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಬಾ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್.
Thank you, sir.